Oh,
Well,
look, now you're live.
hello. It's
Hi,
live.
everyone. We have a birthday to celebrate. Here, come this way. Oh, this way.
There you go.
We have a birthday to celebrate.
Indeed.
Happy
So,
birthday
birthday
to
to
Jen.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to Jen.
you.
Woo.
Jen, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday,
Happy
dear
birthday.
Jennifer.
Happy birthday to
Birthday to
Jen.
you.
You can't just change it mid-sentence.
Woo! That was the greatest song ever.
Okay, so
Hey, everyone.
evidently,
Celebrate.
wait, I need that sticky. Evidently, we're just in the habit of bringing on random people when we go live. So thank you, Shawnee, for the. She knows that I like caramel apples. May I have a plate? Or will you just take this? So yeah, welcome to Creative Thursday. Leah and I were just actually in the process of choosing colors and getting everything ready. Will you close that door, please? And they decided to like weed whack next door and mow the grass, and then happy birthday celebration. So thank you, Shawnee, for that. Today, welcome to Thursday's Creative Thursday. This is actually Leah's day. I'm going to turn the time over to her. Are you out? Okay, thank you for that. I will enjoy that here in just a minute. Um, we were just talking about what colors to get going, and Leah, we'll just share it with everybody now that we're on here. So, welcome
We're
to
here.
Thursday, Leah.
Yeah,
And for those of
welcome
you
to
who
Thursday.
for those of you who sing the song and that I didn't hear, like, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And what a way to start a Thursday than to celebrate Jen and her birthday. So celebrating you today, Jen. And I'm so grateful that you are joining with our painting today. So we were deciding what we were going to paint today, and we're going to go with a sunset scene. So if you want to join in, if you
A
have
sunset scene, or are we doing stars?
What? We're doing stars now?
Oh, I didn't know. Whatever you said we're doing, we're doing.
We can do the nebula. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a whole different set of colors then. I thought I heard sunset. That's okay.
Wait,
we can shift.
Wait. Let me make sure I heard it correctly. I heard darkest blue.
Uh-huh.
And yellow.
We're not going to use yellow if it's a nebula. We'll do blue, purple, pink, and then if you have a different.
I got it incorrect. Okay, we're doing what she said.
No, it's okay. It's birthday girls.
The distraction. Who wants to come in and distract next? Not distract, but be an unannounced surprise guest.
Surprise!
Come on in. It's kind of fun. But that kind of threw me off guard as to what we're talking about. So, okay. I have the colors. We're doing sunset.
If you have like a light, we're doing sunset now.
Whatever we're doing, you just tell me the colors.
Okay.
And what paint
we've already got
the
use, yellow.
I'll do it.
Okay, sounds good. Shifting gears, we can do it with a white. If you have like an acrylic or gouache, you need that for this one as well. Or you should have a white.
I have white. I don't have acrylic or gouache.
It came with an old set that you had.
It came with the squishy tube in a tube set.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Does that work when you put water on it?
Let's find out.
I don't think it will.
Why?
Because that's a different kind of paint. It's not a watercolor. Like if it's an acrylic or a gouache, it's not activated by water once it's dry.
Watercolor.
Okay, let's try it. I'm not opposed. I'm not familiar with it.
We're gonna experiment. Thank you for letting us have this discussion in front of everybody. Because you know what? Sometimes you just don't know what paint you have. And if you're wondering if you have paints like this on your own, and yep, you can just reach out and we'll have the discussion with you.
Yep. There we go.
can try the
And
white.
Luba says, happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to keep wearing this hat because it's on.
There you go. So let's start with your page, like lengthwise. You need watercolor paper. It can be 140 press, like landscape size.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so it can be landscape. And we're just we're going to just drop in some water. I'm gonna switch it. So I'm all discombobulated, to be honest with you, all discombobulated. Like,
I know. And now I have a caramel apple sitting over there, like calling my name.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. So, okay, let's start this again. Welcome to Creative Thursdays, where we have an opportunity.
Should we breathe today?
Maybe we should breathe. So usually on Live and Unscripted, we start those sessions with the breathing. So why not just get ourselves into a breathing state, and you and I can get back into combobulation, because I feel discombobulated. So
that's a word I don't think I've ever heard. Combobulation.
Well, it's a word now.
I like it. It's now in our repertoire.
So I'm just gonna ask you to like close your eyes or downward gaze, and I like to put my hand on my heart and just feel into your body and breathe, and take a deep breath in, and then hold it for a second or two, and then slowly let it out. And as you're doing the breathing, just try and pay attention. Like, can you feel your heartbeat against your hand? Can you feel your feet on the ground? I can hear my son coming down the stairs. Show up as you are, right? And then blush because now you're feeling embarrassed.
No reason to feel embarrassed. It just, it is what it is. It's called life, and it's called an adventure. And sometimes this is just what happens, best laid plans. And that's part of what we do here at Rebel, is we just show the realness of life, and that it's okay to be human. There's a lot of human going on. And I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm gonna
and Luba, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Mwah.
All right, I'm gonna switch over, and we're just gonna jump into it, Jen.
Wait, what brush? You didn't talk to me about brushes. So what brushes are we using?
I'm gonna use a larger brush today. I like my big mop brush. If you have like a round brush, you can use a rectangle brush. Like, just go larger today, just because we're gonna cover more paper space.
I did not get my testing. I got out of paper for testing colors, and it didn't happen. So we're just gonna go with it.
Just go with that. That's gonna be our theme for today, is just go with it. Show up and just go with it. So
just go with it.
So I'm gonna have you imagine your page in 3 sections. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm just gonna put that as markers. I'm gonna have you just drop in water in the middle of those 2 sections. It's the rule of thirds. So we're gonna just drop in.
You say that a lot. Will you talk about the rule of thirds?
It's how it's about where your eye goes. It's about proportion in how scenes look and are just appealing to the eye. There's also a rule of odd numbers when when you're doing like if you're painting a certain number of flowers, because then we naturally want to group into even numbers. So with the odd number, it holds our attention differently. Yeah, I don't know a lot about the science. I just do it. So
I know. I actually appreciate you giving a little more definition to that. That sound was rule of maybe
Rule of thirds.
find something that's not going to. Oh, you're already putting paint down. What the? Of letting your paintbrushes roll off your page.
So this, I just put water in that middle section. Oh my.
This is also the rule of life. For those of you who have kiddos or young kiddos out there, and especially siblings who are home for summer break. There you go. Okay, I got to decide. She told me yellow. I got to decide.
Okay, so just drop your brightest yellow. And then I had 2 different kinds of yellow, so I just popped them in.
Is it supposed to be like, I'm wondering if, is it supposed to be ballooning? Like, I'm trying to decide if I have enough water on here, or
Is it
because
ballooning?
I'm using will it change it because I'm using the back side of a page? Will it change how
I don't.
supposed to, is my question.
I don't think it should. It should be equal on both sides.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not absorbing.
It's just not. It's just making blobs.
Blobs.
Like it's not
maybe-
following the water. Yeah, it's like the water's not absorbing, or I don't know.
Did you put the water down first?
Yes.
Yes. And troubleshooting on it could be, do you have another I can't, can you show me what it's doing?
Well, now that I've run my brush through it, it won't look the same.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
I mean, it is blotchy, and you go through it after, like to blend it all in. So that's a thing.
Blending the 2 colors in.
Yeah.
Okay, because
The 2 yellows.
I've only put 1 yellow.
Oh, okay. If you have 1 yellow, that's fine too.
No, I have 2. I just have only put 1 down.
Okay.
Oh wait, now it's gonna like do the little balloony thing. What we got going on here?
I don't know.
Okay, well, there we go.
So I'm gonna work my way with just a water. All I did is put water on this brush, and then start just extending that that band, I'm gonna call it, and then I'm gonna take like an orangey yellow or an orangey, or if you don't have it, you can do it with a red, and then just drop that, and it'll blend and mix and do its thing. If you don't like that red, see how it's like stretching into the yellow?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, this one, see it? Look at Jed, look. It's like reaching to the blob of water that's here. That one.
Okay, wait, am I supposed to see that? Oh.
What happened?
Nothing. Like nothing, because I didn't do anything. Tell me about the orange again. Am I supposed to have?
So I just went with a clean brush and went along the top with some water just to stretch out that band. So what that does is bring some yellow up into that area, and then you go in with your orange, and then what will happen is it'll make like a gradient. Do you know what I mean?
I know you use that word and it sounds amazing, but I never quite get it.
A gradient?
I know what it means. It just never. It's like there's oil or something in these. They're just. they're having a mind of their own. Okay.
Yeah, I feel that. I think that's the fascinating and frustrating part of watercolors is that it very much feels like the dang paints have a mind of their own and what they want to do some
It's
days.
like they don't want to. Yeah, like they don't. They're not wanting to soak in.
I don't know, maybe your paper has a sheen and it's only meant for one side. I've always used both sides of mine. But every brand is different, so I'm not 100% sure what yours is.
Hmm. Oh.
What does that mean?
I was just thinking, I'm so happy that I get to do this live and just let everyone see the joy of learning
Right?
in my process.
And just how brave that is. And maybe it will be inspiration to be brave in other places in life.
That
What happened?
well, I thought it was a reddish color, but it is not.
This is a pink that I used,
What the?
but red will work too.
No, it's not red. It's like gross.
Oh, like a brown?
Yep.
Brown, chicken, brown, brown.
Brown chicken brown. Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try this one again on a different type of paper, but I'm gonna still just go with this.
Okay. So I'm just going in with a purple. Same idea. I'm not going as wet this time, just because I don't want it to completely mix with the pink. And there's a little bit of separation there. But what's cool is you can go in with your brush.
Wait, are you wetting it down first?
I did with the first three, with the yellow, the orange, and the pink, but not so much the purple.
Not with the purple, okay.
I just did it because I don't want it to take over
like
the pink.
So purple.
Is it very purple?
I'm just gonna water it down. It's
And
so weird.
Because think of the sky, how it gets darker.
Right.
As you go up.
I seriously wish you could see what this is doing.
Is it just puddling?
You could say, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. You showed up and did the thing and you learned something. Oh wait, maybe this paper doesn't work. And that could be the lesson of this day.
It was she's like, what the? She's like, what kind of painting do you want to do? Do you want to do this one? I'm like, well, I don't know that I want to feel that frustration on my birthday, so let's do a different one. But guess what? Here we are. Okay, I gotta do some paints, which I don't know.
It's okay. Okay, let's walk through this. What's happening here? And how can I be of assistance? Oh, that turned out like brown. Not fun. Is it a color mixing thing?
OMG. I really don't know. I'm just gonna keep putting paint on here because I can't.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens when we're done. I can tell you right now, it looks absolutely nothing like yours.
Okay. And how does that feel, Jen? That's a really good way to describe that feeling.
Yep, I don't even have a word for it.
Ugh, that's word enough. It's word enough.
I can't wait for you to see this paper and be like, oh yeah, it's not you, Jen.
I'm sure it's not. If you're starting to use the backside, it could very well be just the type of paper that it is, and that can be frustrating. I mean, start where you are, but at the same time, that kind of thing can be frustrating.
So note to self, to those out there watching and participating with us, just keep painting, just keep adding paint.
You know what? And if anything, what's really cool is you'll learn what happened.
Nothing. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to see like how your brushes create this just like beautiful look and mine is creating lines. It's okay. I'm just gonna go with it.
Let's well, maybe we can look at different types of papers that might give a better effect, so it doesn't feel so frustrating. I mean, that's the fine line. I remember a lady I knew, she did watercolor classes, and I was talking to her about like what kind of paints does she use, and she's like, I go with this type because I don't like feeling frustrated, and I don't, it's an investment in something that she wanted to continue to pursue. But I mean, I do honor the start where you are, because if it's not something that you really find joy in, you want to, I don't want to, because I don't feel like it's ever a waste. Trying new things is never a waste. But
no, because you're sitting down and you're doing a thing and you're recognizing like, okay, I'm doing what feels like you're doing, and the outcome is so different. But again, it's that recognition of one. I obviously don't have, I'm not in the same space of knowing the strokes or the brushes and again, learning the paint could be different. The brush, it's all the things, paper, but I'm here.
Yes, you are here. And I think it's important to just remember, like, there's so many different, it's like learning a new sport, there's so many different elements and nuances, like I think of my eating snow first time on cross country ski when I was there in April, and how that felt. Just like you're feeling like you're getting a good stride on and things are going well, and then next thing you know, you're having a garage sale, and and just having grace. It's that whole conversation about being a beginner and giving yourself grace. I did have great tools, so it was just more body learning how to move.
Well, and again, what I loved about that day is you did what you're doing now, is you just laughed through it.
So, but that can be challenging. So, I mean, we could play the haha game, Jen.
What is that?
Well, I pretend to laugh, or a real laugh, and then you pretend to real laugh, and then I pretend to real laugh more than the last one that you did, and then you do it more than the last time I did, and then before we know it, we're in like just a heap of laughter, and it's good for like releasing stress and frustrations, and just settling the body and all the things.
I might be getting a rash just hearing you talk about it.
Really?
I'm kidding.
A rash.
I'm kidding.
Dang.
Okay, now it's blue. Like, what the? Ah! Okay, we're just going with this.
Yeah, just go with it. I mean, what other option do you have? We could just end the live.
I could leave and you can finish the live.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
No, it's not. That's why I'm still here.
So I'm just going to ride this one out and then try different paper for next time. So I'm curious. We've had this conversation before. What brings you back to try again?
My smart ass answer is because I'm part of this company and I said I'd be here.
Gotcha.
The other part is because I really want to learn the skill. Like I really do, even though I find myself, it's really like learning how to laugh at the frustrating pieces so that they're not as frustrated. Like sitting with them, helping them recognize that uh, uh, life is going to go on when we're done with this, and it's not going to affect how the rest of my day goes, and um, like the world will still continue to function, and I sat down and did the thing.
Yeah.
That it's because I want to learn the skill. That's why I keep coming back.
So I just found that I do have a black watercolor. Usually I'll make my own black, but I'm going to try this watercolor here today.
See, and then this color does not do the ballooning at all. It's just, wow.
What was that?
I just, that this color that I just put on, the purple, didn't, same water going above the pinky thing and no ballooning at all.
Wait,
It just
so
fascinating.
are you saying that maybe the paper's a little temperamental today?
Yeah.
And
Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the temperamental one today.
That's funny. How you doing? I don't want to get too ahead.
I'm here. I have paint on my paper and I'm here.
Okay. Shall I keep on keeping on?
Yep, keep on keeping on.
So the purple is pretty light once it starts drying. I'm just gonna because
yours is dark compared to mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm just going in with a little bit of a darker purple, just to kind of emulate the sky and the cloudiness and just how a sunset kind of looks.
Wow.
And I'm feeling like the pink needs a little boost. Just blend it in more with the orange. But so I don't have a solid line. I just kind of, I'm going to call it pop it. So it's not a solid line and it mixes in better. And then go for the orange. All I'm doing here is just adding some more layers as it's drying. And it gives me an opportunity to mix lines and just do it a little bit differently.
I don't even know what color to put in there because it just
What can you tell me what you're talking about?
Like adding the next layer because I don't know what I've done.
So do you mean like you lost which color you started with?
Because it wasn't what I thought it was to begin with. It was the brownie color.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the reddish.
You can take your paper towel if it's still wet and then just soak up the brownish.
It's not. I'm not sure how to go in and add like pockets of color because it's not.
The color that you wanted.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay. I mean, that's stuff that I say. because I'm usually doing it by myself, but like maybe I can assist because I've done a few of these.
OMG.
Okay. So for the next part, I'm just going to let this dry a minute and then we'll put in the mountains. This is going to be like the water.
Wait, we're putting in mountains?
Along, see, I left it. It's okay.
I think you left that out intentionally. You just wanted to hear sounds.
No. I mean, it definitely is entertaining, but that wasn't the intention.
Uh-huh. I know you.
So so this is like really just a background that we're making. I'm calling it mountains, but it's more like the bottom third is like the water reflection, and then the top third is the sky, and then the mountains are gonna come just they're just kind of squiggly lines, and then you fill it in. We'll see how it goes. And this is why I love doing this, because it pokes people's discomfort and
I'm not uncomfortable right now.
and it invites you to challenge yourself to think about it a little differently. And we're so used to moving in our world a certain way that we forget to experiment, and we forget to, follow curiosities, and we forget to just challenge ourselves to do things different, because we just stick with what we know. Are you okay?
I have a hat on. I'm great.
Yeah, there you go. That hat gives you like superpowers today. And the fact that you have a caramel apple waiting for you.
That may be a little bit of a saving grace.
There you go. There you go. See?
Yeah. And the fact that it came, it was a complete surprise, and started the whole thing as a surprise. So like, yeah.
Yeah, it works. Okay, so we're going to go. Okay, I'm going back here. And then see, I just realized that my page is upside down to you guys.
Good.
That's part of. That's interesting. I realized that it's upside
Is what?
down. It's upside down. My page is totally upside down. There. My bottom was my top, and my top was my bottom. Your face. Yes. Okay, it's okay, Jen. I apologize. I didn't realize that whole time that my page was upside down. I mean, you can just flip your book. There you go. See? Problem solved. Not a problem. So I'm going to go in with my black, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to go along my third right here, and then just make kind of like a line just above. I'm just making a line, an unassuming line, and I'm going to stop right about there. And then I'm going to continue. I'm going to do like a little hop, stick, skip, and continue on the other side. This side is the easy part because it's just a little wavy thing on top. Ta-da! It's a little island. It's so cute. No?
That's adorable.
Adorable. It's an adorable island. Okay. And then I'm going to take it from about here, and we're going to
do that with black.
I did. Just like that. So I'm just kind of outlining the basic shape of this area. This is like the beach area. We're going to call this the beach area. This is water. This is a little island. There's going to be a sun around here. What was that? Am I okay? I am not practiced in the whole teaching thing. So if there are components that you find helpful, I would love to know how I can do this better. Because I'm learning too. I know how to do the things. I'm not super practiced on how to teach the things. But just like you, I'm showing up and imperfect and doing all the things because that's what we do. What?
This is me laughing at myself so I don't cry right now, okay?
Oh,
Fine.
why are you gonna cry?
I'm thinking I should have chosen the balloons.
The balloon. Oh my
gosh.
goodness. Okay, this is just a little squiggle, and you're just gonna go like mountains, hello mountains, and go upward, and then you fill it in, and then you've got your scene. It's a little bit wet yet, so I'm getting a fuzzy line. I can always go in after and clean up that line with a marker or just my paintbrush. Yeah, they're pretty fuzzy. Not a huge fan, but that's okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm totally gonna pull the classic. You make that look so easy.
Wiggles. Wiggly lines. Maybe? It's kind of like water. You can always go in and make your water more purpley. I probably will do that. But I don't think I'll do that now just because in the interest of time, because I want this to dry so we can add our reflection highlights in here and the little sun that's going to go in this little break as it's setting in the horizon. I've never used a black watercolor before. This is kind of trippy. How goes it, Jen?
I'm just gonna sit here and shake my head.
Oh. I kind of want to do the purple more. It keeps nagging at me. Like, you need more purple. And maybe if I do it low enough, it won't affect where I want to do the highlights. Maybe. Maybe not. But I don't want to go up too high because it'll go into the yellow and make it brown. So I'm just going to leave it. So if you have, this is an acrylic, or if you have watercolor, I would suggest if you have a watercolor white that it has to be dry. I'm not familiar with using watercolor white. So I usually use acrylic or gouache. Gouache. Another thing you could do is like cover the spot that you want to do white. That's usually there's like a masking something or other that you can do that with. And then it's kind of like glue. So this masking stuff is like a glue, and then you put it on, paint all over it, and then at the end, when you're ready to put whatever color is or you want that highlight, it will you can just pick it off. I don't know if you ever did that, Jen, like put glue all over your hands and then like pick it off.
Oh yeah.
I had a friend that used to eat it.
I think we've probably all tried that too.
It's just a thing to do, I guess. So I'm going to wave it. Mine is still a little bit wet. I'm playing with fire here, but that's okay. I'm glad you're still laughing, Jeff. A little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's kind of, I can't really do, I went in too soon with the white. So note to self, wait till it's completely dry to add your highlights. Otherwise it's going to look mixy. You can always go in again and add your orange and more yellow so it's brighter, depending on how thirsty your page is. It always goes lighter as it dries. So just like adding some more layers. I have a deep yellow. What is a deep yellow? Like, is that like a shallow yellow that's lighter? What does that mean?
What? Oh, no. Shoot.
Oh, is it mixing?
Well, I still had color in my brush and it just leaked into my white.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, paper towel.
Right? That can come in so handy. So I'm not a huge fan of this edge here. What you can do is just with a wet brush, just kind of blend it in. And it's not a harsh edge. What was that?
You just keep blending. Keep blending.
Just keep blending. I'm not going to get any better at teaching if I don't have good feedback. I'm just saying I'll just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall. And if there's something or a question that you have or something that you find helpful, you can always put it in the comments. And we can course correct and learn together. There. I feel like if I keep touching it, I'm gonna mix it in ways I don't want to mix it. Other than I'm gonna go in now that my mountains are a little drier and just clean up those edges so they're not as fuzzy.
OMG.
So what is your 5-year-old saying today, Jen?
I think actually she might be taking a nap because doesn't. Wow.
She's taking a nap. Naps are important. We need time to take naps.
I'm speechless. I'm agreeing.
Okay, that's cool. I've so I was looking at an outline that I had put together for a book that I'm writing. It's called Creative Unraveling: How to Connect to Your Innate Creativity and Feel Fully Alive. And one of the points that I was talking about, like why it's important to practice creativity in our everyday lives and get away from this idea that we're not creative, because I think that phrase drives me bananas. And I don't think that. I know that. And so I was looking up just some. I know the reasons I feel that it's important, but it was just interesting to consult with my friend Google and see what the rest of the world is saying. And obviously, there's the parts of like self expression. I really like that piece. I focus a lot on that piece just because it's a way of sharing ourselves and sharing what's within us. I was it something we were reading about attaching yourself to the thing that you're creating, and how a lot of times that's why we don't want to create, or why we feel intimidated to create, is that we feel like it's a reflection of um, our abilities. Like it's something that we have to really look at and be honest with, and it's and just be okay with where starting
Okay,
where you
so
are,
Leah, Leah,
Jen.
how does one not attach themselves to their creations?
I think it's really just going in with the idea of not expecting an outcome and not
How?
expecting it to look a certain way. This is part of why we started with the meditation ones, because it was just learning how the paint moved and making basic shapes. And I really am not I'm not a huge fan of doing actual things, but that's what people want. And I want to know how to recreate that picture. And that's because we want to be able to do that. But I think it's so important to develop those skills first, and learn how, I had someone asking me, like, how much paint or how much water do I put on the brush? And do I get the page wet first? Or, and that's where, if we practice with some skills, one, there's no outcome. It's just you playing on the page and showing up and doing the thing. And two, you can experiment, and it's just not, it doesn't have to look at like anything at the end. So I am practicing. One, I'm not comfortable teaching as much. I'm practicing because I see value in it, but I struggle with these just because I don't. This is not how I paint. How I learned how to paint was very much like just playing with patterns, and seeing what different brushes did, and how, if I put different pressure on them, what kind of shape they made. And if I drag them, if I have more water, if I don't how to mix colors. Like, it was really just a lot of experimentation. Like, I love that piece of it. And
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have some, like, and then you create your own scenes, or you can practice recreating a scene and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I think it's going into the experience with an attitude of, like, I'm just going to show up and play, and it's okay if it doesn't look like what I think it should look like. But it's challenging when it's you're trying to recreate something. So I
Yeah, I totally have the phrase "nailed it" going through my head right now.
nailed it.
Yeah, have you ever seen that baking show called Nailed It?
Hmm.
where people come in and they bake and they're given these incredible things to create and then they try to recreate them.
I
Only
haven't
they're
seen it.
never. Yeah, go watch an episode and then you'll understand where I'm coming from right now. But that's totally the phrase I have in my head is I nailed it.
So did you say that they can't recreate it?
Oh, they do their best.
But it doesn't look exactly like the other.
Go watch an episode.
Okay.
And then we'll then we'll have this discussion. And for those of you who have watched Nailed It, I nailed it.
But I appreciate that you show up and that you do the thing. And we're learning that this paper doesn't work as well as, and we learned that about the types of paints that you had. And, you know, we're learning the more that you show up, what's working, what's not working. Do you need this up still?
Do I need what?
The picture. Can I switch cameras or are you still looking at it?
No, you can switch.
It's that whole practicing of not comparing. We naturally want to compare. It's how we put ourselves, like how we measure ourselves in the world, and it's an innate quality that helped us survive. But we have so many places to be tempted into comparison that we have to get to a point. Well, we don't have to. I'm inviting you to get to a point where that it's okay to be where you are and just trust the process and see where it takes you. And that there, you know, your life is not on the line. Like just remembering it's not life or death if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. That, oh my gosh, you can turn the page and try again. And you can try a different picture, or you can try just playing with some techniques and showing up in different ways. What was that? I feel like you're just like, you've got something, just no.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even like. I don't have words.
You don't have words. I mean, they do say practicing creativity is like, it has profound effects on our emotional well-being. So how it allows us to channel, express emotions. It's an outlet. So what is
I'm
one
just gonna say
outletted?
I really am just gonna say,
Oh yes. So
wow.
fun.
I thought we were doing something easy today.
Surprise. I thought it was too. Listen, we're gonna call it. It's a paper issue.
Well, I do think that's part of it, but I also think there is a user issue going on. You know, just newbie, and paper is part of it. And then when I turned it the other way, I was like, oh boy. And now I just have like, I don't even know.
I mean, I did have the issue with the camera that was upside down the whole time, so that's not helpful. It's okay.
Yeah. It is okay.
It's totally okay.
I can't believe I'm gonna do this.
Just do it. Let's see. Oh, Jen, what's wrong? Look it.
It's good. It's good. I did it.
You did. And I'm grateful that you're sharing. That's awesome.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
That's a little bit literally how I feel right now. Is like, okay, hey, you made an effort at it. You did the best you could with where you're at and what you have, and you know what? The next time I come back to this, and give it another go, it may feel easier, or I may I'll have different paper, and I'll just see what happens. And there's a possibility it could look the same, but there's a real good possibility it won't. And that's I just don't, I don't know what this is over here.
What's this?
That big black blotchy spot that's supposed to be mountains and
It
some
looked
kind
like
of
a cliff. I don't know. I was feeling like a cliff. Just like at what angle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I don't think I've used the white before, so that's an interesting venture, like putting the white on the page and seeing how it like interacts with everything else or doesn't.
Was your page dry?
Yeah. Yeah, except where I except where I went in and put water to erase some black.
Oh, okay.
That spot wasn't dry, but the rest of it was.
Okay. Well, if you joined us today, thank you for showing up and for practicing being in the discomfort of being a beginner, because it can be uncomfy and it's okay.
And this is my like legit birthday wish. If you did this, please put it in the art gallery and show me that I'm not alone in the discomfort, and like that you gave it a try too. And one, it's just fun to see, and we appreciate the rebellious nature of actually showing up that way. But it also might help me feel a little bit better.
And even if you didn't do this one, we invite you just to share in the art gallery something that you're working on and that's meaningful to you, and how you practice your creativity. So we'd love to see that as well.
Yeah. Thanks, Leah.
Thanks, Jen.
But well, there was like a whole bunch of words caught there. I'm like that. I think what I was trying to say is like, thanks, one, for asking me to join the fun on your Thursday creativity, and to just kind of like really get to just sit in like, wow, maybe this side of the paper doesn't work as well. And I am noticing though that in some of the colors that I'm using, and I have to think back, like, was I using the same, like when we did the tree? I had kind of the same thing going on where it goes on the page, but it just, I don't know how to describe it. You'll have to just see it, but it just doesn't soak in. So I'm just that opportunity to be like, okay, I know what pad of paper you're using, and I know what I'm using, and like to just let go of those judgments and be like, this really is practice. And I know I'm being a bit of a smart aleck, and that really is part of a cover for the discomfort, but it also is acknowledgement of I'm learning, and I can actually be okay with this. It does like the comparison parts of me and the pieces that still want it to be perfect. And then I have to say it is perfect because I sat here and did it. And so for you, the beginner, thank you for sitting in that with me. And I would love to hear like what your experience is. And let's like normalize all of this hoo-ha of being beginners.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. Yeah.
And just learn to have fun with it. Just learn to have fun with it and let go of what it's supposed to look like. What you anticipate it's supposed to look like. Because
and acknowledging that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Or can be.
For sure. For sure. All right. I think that's it for us here on this adventure in watercolors and creating a scenery. So Do you have any last thoughts, Jen?
I don't, other than just thank you. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you haven't gone and joined the Righteous Rebel Facebook group, go over and boink, hit the button, hit the join button. We'll let you in, and that way you'll have access to the gallery, access to just start adding and sharing your magic to the group. And no, just thank you for hanging out. Let me join you and celebrating my birthday with you, and letting me just practice being a beginner.
There we go. All right. So should we take them out?
Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Remember,
be bold.
Be bold. Oh.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Be a rebel.
Be a rebel. Oh, we were so close.
No, we weren't.
So close. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.